Alright guys, road to UFC, going to run through the card, who I think is going to win, and some potential bets. So first up we got Bo Meng versus Fukuda. Going to go with Bo Meng here. I think the size is going to be an issue for Fukuda. Bo Meng's a bit bigger. Also Bo Meng's got the more experience. She's fought in one championship against some higher level girls. She beat this Japanese girl in one champ who I rate pretty highly, the little wrestler. Her name is Chiro Sawada. So yeah, got to go with Bo Meng in this one. The odds are pretty wide though. They got Bo Meng at $1.44. Not sure if I'm going to play that. That's a little bit too steep for a women's MMA fight. I do think Fukuda is quite a skilled fighter. She did look good in her last fight. But yeah, as a pick, I'll go Bo Meng. Next up, we got Park versus Farida. I cashed on Park as a big underdog in her last fight. She's got good boxing. She's tough. You can see she got that tomboy sort of lesbian look. Those girls usually tough. She's going up against Farida. Farida's got good Muay Thai. Looks like she's got pretty decent grappling too. I am going to go Farida here for a pick. She's got nice, I think with the Muay Thai background, she's going to chop the calf of Park. As Park being in a boxing stance, she's pretty open for the calf kick. And I don't think Park has the punching power to really trouble Farida too much if she's able to. When someone's throwing a calf kick, you can sort of choose whether you just step forward and take the calf kick and land your own punches. But I think the calf kick will do more damage than the punches of Park in this one. So next up we got Mongolia versus Korea. I backed this Korea guy, Young, in his last fight, and he got the win, but he looked like shit. He got taken down, was grabbing the fence, showed a big hole in his game with the takedown defense. He is a very sharp striker though. I do think he's the better striker in this matchup. If he has fixed up his takedown defense, he should get the win here, but I don't trust him. I'm definitely not betting him again. He didn't end up cashing last fight. He got a rear naked choke out of nowhere, but yeah, definitely not backing him as a favourite. He's $1.60 past fight, but I do think he's probably the more skilled guy in the striking. Next up, we got China versus Mangos. Mangos, very skilled guy, good striker, good grappler. This is a tough matchup though. I think people are sort of overlooking the Chinaman. I was impressed with his last fight, the Chinaman. He fought this big, really tall Korean dude and showed some good wrestling, pretty decent striking too. So the Chinese guy looked pretty well rounded. He's also pretty jacked and strong. So I think it's a tough fight for Mangos. I do think Mangos will get the win, but not really interested in parlaying Mangos at this price. He's $1.20. Potentially we'll look at some props for this one. There's some props that I'm thinking of, but yeah, so follow my Instagram if you want to see my final bets. I don't have lines for those yet. Next up we got the Indian versus Japan, Tajima. I actually cashed on Tajima in his last fight up against this Chinese guy, and I actually thought he lost that fight, so I got lucky with that one. But yeah, I wasn't too impressed with Tajima. I don't like on the mat that he was going for subs and he was losing position, and yeah, he was getting reversed like multiple times on the mat. And I think the Indian, he's definitely not as skilled, but he's tough, he's got good cardio, and I think he can mix in the wrestling, avoid the submissions, and land some ground and pound here. So I am going to take the Indian, which is a very rare bet for me. I don't usually back Indian fighters as they usually lose, but we're getting some underdog price tag on Karen because he's Indian, and I think he can win this one if he, yeah, with the takedowns, ground and pound. And I wasn't impressed with Tajima's grappling control on the mat. Next up we got Caseib versus Dant. So Caseib, he's a favourite. What's Caseib? He's $1.44. He's a pretty big favourite. Caseib, he trains with Volk. He's a very good grappler. Striking, not very good. He's going up against Dant. Dant's from Nepal. He's a good striker. His grappling looks decent, but I definitely think Caseib's probably going to get takedowns here. Dant's a lot bigger, and if he can defend the takedowns, he probably wins his fight. But I do think Caseib's probably going to get takedowns here. Am I that confident to back Caseib at this price? Probably not. I'd be more. I think this fight's going to go the distance. I'll have a look at that, or the overs, because Caseib showed he's got a good chin in his last fight against a Japanese dude. He got dropped in the first round, and showed that he's got pretty durable. And I think Dant will be good enough on the mat not to get submitted early. So yeah, as a pick, I'll go Caseib by decision, but not going to bet it. Joseph versus Suzuki. Joseph, I backed him in his last fight, and he got the win, but he didn't have a good performance. Maybe he had just an off night, but he won a split decision, but it was very close. I think it could have gone either way. And Suzuki looked absolutely amazing in his last fight. So fast twitch, muscle sort of dude, super explosive, amazing striker. The only thing is we haven't really seen his takedown defense tested, which I couldn't really find footage of him defending takedowns because these were all like striking fights. But I'm going to trust that being at Cliff FC, that he's going to be ready enough with the takedown defense. I think if Joseph can't get takedowns here, Suzuki's going to knock him out. So yeah, I'm pretty confident on Suzuki. Probably going to take Suzuki by KO. Next up, China versus Japan. Chinese guy, Jin Yushe, he likes to wrestle quite a bit in his last matchup. He was mixing in the wrestling quite a lot. A decisionator, as you can see. He's taken all these guys to decision. He was fighting on Kangoo Fight Night, which I don't really rate. Usually they're pretty low-level opposition. And he's not finishing these dudes, and he's wrestling a lot, which I think could get him in trouble here because a cheater. He's got very good jiu-jitsu. A smart game plan would be from the China man to just keep the fight on the feet. He's probably the better striker. But I feel like he might actually go for takedowns just because that's his sort of instinct, and he could get caught in some weird choke. I think this Japanese guy's really dangerous on the mat with his jiu-jitsu. So I think there's more value actually on the Japanese fighter here, as he's quite a big underdog. I think he could get the upset with a submission. So I'm going to take a cheater in this one, purely based on the odds. We got a cheater at nearly 3-1. So yeah, I might just wait on that one. Maybe the odds get even wider, or have a look at a cheater by sub. Next up, we got Vines versus this Chinese guy. I have no idea how to say that. This guy, he's a unit for a Chinese guy. He's 6'4", 78-inch reach. Looks like a decent striker. But I don't really trust his takedown defense. You can see his one loss was against some Russian guy, and he was taken down. And Vines, coming from an American background, I do think he's going to have some wrestling ability. So this would be a pass fight for me. I definitely would not be backing this Chinese guy at these odds. They got him at $1.50, so he's not a huge favorite, but I think it's pretty risky to be betting this fight. I could see the American just getting takedowns and winning a boring decision, or the Chinese guy just KOs him. So yeah, I'll go China for the pick, but not betting this fight. Next up, next up is Flowers versus Machate. This is another one. Just going to sit and watch this fight. I don't think it's a very good betting spot. Both guys not really trustworthy. Machate, I think he's the better striker, but again, I could see him getting taken down by Flowers and beat up on the mat. I do think Machate is probably more likely to win. I just think he could be making some improvements being younger. If he has fixed up that takedown defense, he could win. But yeah, I'm not going to be betting this one. So yeah, that's all I like so far. So far, bet-wise, I think I might take a cheetah small as an underdog. I like Suzuki. Um, and the Indian as an underdog. Mangoes, I'm going to look at some props for this one. And maybe if the line gets any wider, maybe take a small shot on the Mongolian. I could see him just with his toughness and actually letting his hands go. If he can mix in the wrestling too, maybe he could get a win. But not sure if I'm going to bet that. And then the female fights, probably might take Bo Meng and over 1.5 rounds, see if we can get the odds up to like close to a pick'em with that one, and maybe do the same with Farida. I think those fights are probably going to go over 1.5. So yeah,